Hi, just wanted to pick up where I left off. You're thinking, alright, I wrote for 20 minutes. Yay! But I'm not done. This is nothing. I don't have anything. And then you start to feel a little stressed out again. Maybe that's happening. So I just wanted to add an addendum to the previous video and say that, yeah, it's not enough to write for 20 minutes. Surprise, surprise. What do you do next? Well, here's the thing. You're probably going to use that technique a few times. Maybe even many times, right? You're going to have to write 650 words. Here's the thing. It never works to just sit down and then write 650 words and then say, okay, I'm done. Why doesn't that work? Well, it doesn't work because you might just be getting started around word 600. Most of the time when we sit down and start writing, you know, you're warming up for a little bit. You're reminding yourself of what you think. It's almost like you have a little check-in at first. This is for the kind of free writing that we're using. So you have to give yourself time to get warmed up, right? And it could be that 20 minutes isn't enough. Maybe you have to sit down and write for an hour. That's good. Sit down and write for an hour. Excellent. Don't just write 650 words and then say, okay, I'm done with my college essay. Woo! No, that's crazy. Of course, you know that's crazy. So what do? Well, you look at your writing and you read it not for perfection, but for ideas. You read it for ideas. You say to yourself, okay, I didn't even realize I thought about that. Interesting. Yeah, you read it for, you're looking for parts of you. I told you in the previous video that the whole thing was allowing yourself to be vulnerable, right? Well, you're looking for moments that really allow you to express that. It's almost like you're looking for little doors to open. You're not going to write a perfect essay. That's probably going to take you, I don't know, some students revise what they're writing 10 times. Some students revise it 20 times. One thing you can be sure of is that you're going to have to revise it. You might be lucky. You might just hit your stride right away, land in the zone immediately, and write. That does happen. But even if that happens, you're probably going to get rid of the first 250 words. In fact, you can often get rid of the last 250 words. I'm now going to tell you a few tips on revision. Here's my biggest tip. How do you revise? How do you make something more expressive of who you are? Ask yourself why. Ask the question why. It's why technology, WHY, and it's actually really useful for any kind of writing, not just this kind of college essay writing, which is really borrowing the tools of creative nonfiction. Ask why. You know, if you said, I really love going to the beach. Why do you love going to the beach? I really love my grandmother's cooking. Well, why do you love your grandmother's cooking? I never liked playing soccer. Well, why didn't you like playing soccer? You know? Why? Why is going to always make you think more. It's going to make you write more. It's going to make your head hurt, let's face it, but it's going to make you into a better writer. So that's the first rule of revision. How do you write more? Ask yourself why. It's going to force you to go into more depth. It's going to force you to add more specificity. It's going to force you to write more. And yeah, you're right. You're going to have way more than you need with this technique. Maybe you're going to have 2,000 words and I know, are worried about cutting it down to 650. I am not worried about that. What I'm worried about is that you have 650 words that are the best 650 words you can possibly have, right? And by best, I don't mean perfect. I mean 650 words that express who you are. It's really a lot easier said than done, that's all. So this is just a little introduction to the why. And we'll keep going with the why, because I tend to repeat myself. But for now, ask why.